Hey everybody, we're back. This is episode, I don't know if you know this, this is episode 98 of the
Almost
Control
in that
Room podcast.
milestone.
Yeah, of course we're gonna get to 100 and we're gonna
100
do
is two away.
and then we're gonna do 100 more. NBA season's back, so of course the Control Room podcast is back. And Romo, look, he's in midseason form. He's got on a Dallas Maverick jersey. I'm assuming that's Luka.
Luka,
Okay.
your MVP.
Oh, they said that last year too, and he came up quite short. So you think Luka is MVP this year?
Just the year.
Okay, obviously, you wanted to record. It looks like you're eating. What you eating right now?
Enjoying a little midday cereal.
What kind of cereal is that? Is that Trix, Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Tricks are for kids.
Okay.
These are
oh, that's for adults though.
For adults right here.
That right. How did you actually spend money on that?
No, it's funny you ask. This cereal is the cereal that Collie bought for you and you refused to eat it.
You know how old
it happens to have
that cereal
this
is?
man on the cereal box.
You better check the expiration date because I think he got it from the 99-cent store.
It's still good.
You sure?
It's still good.
That's
still
terrible.
good.
I can't believe you would eat something like
It's delicious, Mike. Blueberries, marshmallows. What's not to like?
Okay, yeah. Like I said, Romo's in mid-season form, trolling left and right.
Let me put my cereal down. Get serious.
I mean, if I wanted to be a petty, because I'm not a petty person, I could bring up the Dodgers.
Let's not talk about that right now.
You sure? I mean, we could get a Dodger update from you. You're my baseball aficionado.
No, I'm done with baseball season.
It's over?
It's NBA time.
Baseball season's over?
It's pretty much over. It's pretty much over.
Oh man, the type of fan you are, throwing in the towel. That's a damn shame.
You gotta know when to fold them, Mike.
Okay. Well, look, man, we're back. NBA is here. Dig
it.
There were certain games played that counted. Last night and Tuesday night. So we can go back to Tuesday. We had the Nets and the Bucks. And the Bucks pretty much beat their brains out. Team chemistry carried over from their championship run. Giannis looks amazing. Obviously, we can get into the Nets situation with there. Obviously, there's a big Kyrie situation there. But I would love to start in LA. If you don't mind, I would love to start with, is it 6 Hall of Famers? Let me count. LeBron, Melo, Russ, AD, Rondo, Dwight, 6 Hall of Famers against the little guy in Golden State. He doesn't even have Klay Thompson. He doesn't even have his James Wiseman. You lost to Stephen Jordan Poole on Tuesday. What's going on?
Mike, it's game 1 of 82. It's a long season. Relax.
Okay.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Let's not hit the panic button quite yet.
Well, I mean, hey, LeBron and AD played amazing, especially for LeBron's standards. He shot incredibly. There was this other guy. I think it was supposed to be like a big 3, though. And I feel like people kind of told you Russ was not a good fit. And he didn't have a triple-double. He had a triple-single. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, though. So your thoughts on Russell Westbrook?
I'm a little concerned about the turnovers with Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
It's beginning to become a problem.
It's always been a problem.
Looking at the stat line, he had more turnovers than assists, which is going to be a problem moving forward.
Did he shoot the ball well, or was he not so good?
Not his best shooting night, but it's early in the season. He's yet to get his rhythm. So we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, Like I said, we're not going to panic, I could be, really jumping off a bridge right now, considering we didn't win one preseason game.
Technically, you've lost 7 games in a row, but who's counting?
You're counting. That's who's counting. and it really puzzles me that, you really prefer the Lakers fail than Melo actually have a shot at a title.
Well,
Mike is a bit melodramatic about Mr. Carmelo Anthony. I know you're conflicted, but man, you really don't seem like you're pulling for Melo, because if the Lakers lose, that means Melo loses.
Lakers are the greater evil. They must be stopped at all costs. And
your hate for the Lakers knows no bounds.
No bounds. There's no bounds. Listen, we can address that.
You are the biggest Laker hater I know.
Thank you.
I mean, you take the title.
Thank you. I take great pride.
I really thought with Melo coming on board, I thought this was the best chance for you to finally jump on the Lakers bandwagon. This was the perfect opportunity for Mike to finally root for the winning team in his town. Are you still rooting for that losing team across the hall?
First, there'll be no Clippers slander. We went to the Western Conference Finals where you guys got bounced in the first round. That's 1. 2, let's address the Melo situation, okay? Because everybody knows I was advocating for Melo when he wasn't in the league. And there's a guy who I am doing this podcast with who ridiculed me over and over and over again about Melo. He doesn't belong in the league anymore. The game has passed him by. He should go play overseas. Whatever. Kyle Kuzma and all these other bums the Lakers had at the time were better than Melo. Okay. LeBron's best, Melo's best buddy, LeBron, let him linger in limbo indefinitely. Now, all of a sudden, he needs him this year after Melo's 2 great seasons in Portland. Now, the media and all these people are praising Melo. I will say shout out to the fans in Staples Center opening night who gave Melo a standing ovation when he entered the game, because they truly appreciate his greatness. And the late, great Kobe Bryant always respected Carmelo Anthony. Okay, now, here's the thing. There's 2 things. I'm going to be real with you. If it was just the Lakers, I think I would actually be on board with you guys and be rooting for Melo and the Lakers to succeed this year. But can you bring that cereal box back, please?
Sure.
It's him. He cannot win any more championships. Did you hear Shaq? Oh, yeah. If LeBron finishes as the all-time scoring champ, that's just going to make him the greatest of all time, because he'll have 4 rings and he'll be the all-time scoring champ. Romo, doesn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is the current all-time scoring leader, doesn't he have 6 rings?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that math works. That now all of a sudden LeBron with 4 rings and is a scoring champ, Kareem with 6 rings, and 6 MVPs. Even though I don't think Kareem was the GOAT, obviously it's Jordan. Obviously, this is just for show. That's the reason why he must be stopped at all costs, because it's just gotten out of hand.
So really, your hate for LeBron is much bigger than your love for Carmelo. That's what you're telling me.
I don't want to say hate for LeBron. I hate the LeBron hype. Okay, he's an all-time great player, obviously top 75, probably top 10. He's not in my top 5. I'll fight anybody all day for that. But just the nonsense of the narrative that he creates and the media creates to go along with Laker Nation, because y'all suck, okay? My Clippers can't have nothing. Can't have nothing in LA. Y'all are just some big bullies who don't know how to share LA. Okay, so no, I can't root for the Lakers. I damn sure I'm not going to root for LeBron. And Carmelo's collateral damage. I want him to do well. Y'all didn't pass him the ball enough on Tuesday, because he started to get cooking, and LeBron got jealous of the standing ovation and froze Melo out. Okay, keep an eye on that. But yeah, no.
You do realize that this is quite possibly Carmelo's last chance at winning a championship,
I
right?
don't care. I don't care. I don't care. He should have gone to Brooklyn.
You don't want that man who's brought you so much joy to get a championship?
I can't allow LeBron to have a fifth ring. It's just not. That's just I can't. We just can't let that happen. It just can't happen.
But it's not about LeBron.
It is. It is about LeBron at this point. And you know what?
About Melo, your guy.
Look, this is what's going to happen. All right. The narrative has already started. Okay. They're going to look at Russ first. They're going to blame Russ because Russ is starting and he shoots poorly and turns the ball over. Then they're going to start to look on down. Oh, the bench isn't performing well. Who's the biggest name on the bench? Carmelo Anthony. They're like, oh, Melo's not really shooting the ball well. He's a liability defensively.
We're not going to do.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do what Houston did to him and scapegoat him.
Ask Kyle Kuzma what it's like when LeBron is in town. Okay, he's in. Yeah,
look, man,
he's in DC with Montrezl Harrell.
Pressure makes diamonds, or breaks pipes. One of the two.
Weren't you the biggest? You were the biggest Kyle Kuzma advocate I knew, and you just gonna talk about your boy like that?
Kuzma was my guy from the get-go, but you know what? Let's face it, man. He's just not cut out to play in LA. Some guys fold under the pressure.
All right.
And some guys, step up.
Wow, Kuz, he doing you dirty. I'm rooting for you in DC. I know you could ball. It's just, hey, when you're standing and you're waiting for the ball like this, like Melo was, like, yo, I'm open. And LeBron's taking runners, fading away out of bounds. Yeah, man, I don't like how this looks at all.
Really, what we're doing is we're getting rid of all the young, millennial players.
LeBron's.
We're trying to build the oldest team to ever win a title.
LeBron's a millennial, but it's all.
You got to pull for the old guys. You got to pull for the old guys, Mike.
The old guys.
As a fellow old guy, because you recently had a birthday and you fall in that category now.
I'm their age
technically
range.
You're an old guy.
I'm their age range. I'm like a year younger than those guys. So
you got to pull for the old guys. And you know what? In reality, though, this whole narrative about the Laker roster being way too old, it's a bit of an exaggeration because if you look at the bench, okay, and some of the players on that bench are relatively young. Talen Horton-Tucker, okay,
done nothing in the league, but go ahead.
Monk, who we acquired.
I like him.
But I'm telling you, very quietly, he is going to be a problem. And I'm glad that Dennis Schroeder turned down that $100 million contract because that allowed us to then in turn get guys like Monk and other guys that are going to contribute when this season's said and done, you're going to know these names. So I'm just telling you, the Lakers, the starting five are over the hill.
Ancient.
But on that bench, we got some young legs.
Yeah, you got some young legs like
Melo excluded.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, those type of young legs.
Okay. The overall average age is alarming.
Right.
But they're going to be fine. This is a veteran team. Besides, Russell Westbrook probably has more energy than your average rookie in the league.
Oh yeah, he's gonna drive you guys crazy. It's amazing. You guys,
he's a Ferrari.
He's a Ferrari.
Is gonna occasionally crash into a wall. That he sometimes he's out of control. That's him.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
him.
I'm gonna keep checking in with you throughout the year how the Ferrari is running. Okay.
As long as he keeps the turnovers down, we're gonna be fine.
That's what he's known for, keeping turnovers down. Okay. Anyway, let's get off the Lakers. Look, we got a couple games on tonight. I'm looking to my right now. You got Luka going against Trae Young. Same draft class. Atlanta's getting in their butt right now, man. Like Atlanta's looking pretty good. Jay Kidd is first year with Dallas, so maybe it's going to take a minute for them
Yes.
to figure it out.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's why I feel that Luka is going to get the MVP this year, because he has one of the greatest point guards of all time coaching him now, and Jason Kidd, who's going to teach him a lot of things. So it's going to be scary, man. And Luka is still, raw if you think about it. I mean, he's really only been in the league. Yeah. So he hasn't even reached his potential yet. And it's scary. The thought that you have a guy like Jason Kidd working with him is only gonna help him reach the next level. So yeah, he's gonna be my solid pick for MVP this year.
I don't doubt that. I'd be curious to see Kidd's impact on the rest of the guys. Dallas, obviously they've gone against my Clippers the first 2 years in the playoffs. It's been a tough out each time.
Your Clippers are in trouble. Clippers are in trouble. Without Kawhi, I hate to break it to you, but you might be on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs.
I'm glad you brought that up, because the nightcap is Clippers versus Warriors. Okay. I feel like that's a cool matchup because, yes, we are minus Kawhi. They are minus Klay Thompson. We're also missing Ibaka. They're missing Wiseman. So we're both missing pieces. They got their MVP. And, of course, we got PG-13, who took us to the Western Conference playoffs. But listen, I don't even look. It's not even about PG-13.
It's the pandemic.
I think you put some respect on his name. He took us to the Western Conference.
No.
Finals.
That man deserves no respect.
I'm excited to see Terrence Mann, drop 39 points again.
Mama, there goes that man.
They gave him a little bit of money this offseason. Okay.
Don't regret that.
No chance. I'm looking at Mr. October, the new Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
Actually,
really? Yeah.
That's who you're relying on.
Reggie Jackson got game. Obviously, we got the better Morris twin. We got Zoo Beast coming back better than ever. We're an actual team. We're not a collection of old Hollywood stars coming together. You guys are basically what's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Expendables. Y'all are the damn Expendables. Y'all are the Expendables. Okay, old guys coming together for one last run. We're actually a team built on chemistry. We got Ty Lue, who's a great coach. We're gonna surprise people who expect us to fall on their face. I'm not gonna say we're gonna be a top 4 seed, but we're gonna be in that playoff mix. And if Kawhi decides he wants to come back early and ruin some people's plans this year, well, I'm down for that too. So I'm excited to see what the Clippers do tonight.
Oh, okay. You mean if his uncle says it's cool to play this year or not?
Well, families, who looks after you more than family?
Uncle Dennis.
Hey, also Kawhi has a rap album coming out, and he's got an energy drink dropping. I think it's tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.
Go out and get this cereal, folks.
Romo, if you pull that cereal out one more time.
Hold on. I'm still marinating. You said ahead. Kawhi has a rap album.
Yes.
Okay. The dude with no personality.
I don't know if he's actually rapping. He could be producing. Okay, this news came into me late, but he has an album and he has an energy drink coming out. Okay. You didn't even watch Space Jam 2, so don't even talk to me. Yeah.
You gonna go buy that album?
What's up? If it's on Spotify, I'll go support. I'll download it.
Stop lying, Mike.
I'm gonna download it. Hey, I'm sure it's not gonna be I'm sure it's not gonna be no Dame Dollar stuff. I'm gonna support the Clipper Nation sticks together. I don't know about y'all.
Man, you still sticking with them, huh?
Of course.
After year after year of failure.
We made history last year. What are you talking about?
Baby steps, I guess. Baby steps.
What do you want us to do? Okay,
win a championship.
Like y'all last year out in the first round.
Mike, we have plenty.
You know what?
We have plenty. We have plenty in our past.
We gotta go around the league. Okay, you keep sucking me back into this LA versus LA. Like some other teams I'm looking forward to watching. Obviously, we brought up the Nets, and we brought up the Bucks. But let's talk about the Nets real quick. Everybody's talked about this to death. What the hell, Kyrie? Like, come on, man. Like, look, I know I don't know. We haven't talked about it really. I believe we're both vaccinated. So it's not even about that for me. It's like, for me, Kyrie has proven year after year after year to be an unreliable teammate. So he didn't want to go to the bubble. He wanted to protest that. Last year, he stepped away from the team without notifying people. It was some mystery surrounding that, whether that was mental health, whether that was because of civil unrest going on in the country. People don't really know. Kyrie was just marches to the beat of his own drum. He does his own thing. Obviously, you can go back to Boston, where he told the fans, hey, if you'll have me back, I'll come back. Obviously, he didn't come back. And then you even go back to how he bounced out of Cleveland, even though I love that. Kyrie has proven to just be an unreliable guy. And that's not even to talk about how he's injury prone. So, he recruits KD to Brooklyn. And obviously James Harden kind of joined them to, hey, we're going to build a new super team. And now Kyrie is like, no one knows what the hell he's going to do. It's just a bizarre situation, man. So what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I agree with you. I understood initially, the skepticism. I know that there's, horrible past, when you look at like the Tuskegee experiment and things like that, so people have a reason to be,
that fear is real. There are people who don't go to doctors. It's valid. People who don't go to doctors to this day because, people have experimented on, people of color basically have been experimented on in the past. But I don't want to say that distant of the past, but yes, that is a part of America's history.
So, initially I understood the skepticism. However, at this point, if you still have skepticism, by all means, look, he has a right to sit out and refuse to get vaccinated and not participate. But like you said, when you play with a team, right, and they're relying on you, man. You're the point guard. You're the floor general. You're ultimately why, these other guys joined forces in Brooklyn. And now you're being selfish. To be honest, you're being selfish because, getting the vaccine is not just about you. It's about protecting your family, protecting people around you. So see, he lost me when he compared himself to Muhammad Ali.
Did he actually? Did he actually do?
He did.
Really?
He did. Yeah, he lost me.
I didn't know.
At that point, I was like, man, this guy.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, see, this guy.
Ali wasn't getting paid still.
Exactly.
When he was sitting.
Ali lost, 3 prime years of his career,
and was worried about going to jail.
Yeah.
And the country,
he didn't have a choice.
And he was hated. And he was actually hated. Like, I hate when people compare. Man, look, social justice and everything in the movement that's going on today is beautiful, but don't compare it to what was going on back to when our parents and grandparents were doing it, because they could have been shot in the street. I was gonna say by the cops. That shit still happens today, but even more so back then, it was going on to where, your life was literally in danger and your livelihood was gone if you stepped out of line. So there's no comparison.
Yeah.
The whole voice of the voiceless thing. My point is with Kyrie is this. Like, I had me and you recently got into crypto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
matter of fact, I bought this jersey with crypto.
Did you really?
Dallas Mavericks website is one of the only ones that take crypto.
You bought that with Dogecoin?
My first purchase.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So there was there's somebody we used to work with. Let's just say they lack a little credibility. They were working with this supposedly new company, and they were like, hey, we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away all this free money. Are you interested? If it had been a credible source, I might have considered it for a second, but who gives away things like that just to give it away, right? And the fact that it wasn't coming from a credible source, I was like, hell no. I'm staying as far away from this as possible. thanks, but no thanks. That's my thing with Kyrie, is because he's proven to be somebody who is unreliable and unstable, to be honest with you. It's hard to listen to him at this point. If he didn't have all those past discretions, then maybe he'd be like, all right, Kyrie, like I feel you, but because
I just can't take him. I can't take him serious anymore, man. You know, going back to, you know, the flat earth stuff.
Right. I didn't even mention that.
It's becoming to the point where it's obvious to me that he's seeking attention.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to become a martyr. You know, but you're not, man. You're not Colin Kaepernick. You know, your teammates down. Ultimately, you know, like I said, it's his choice. He's gonna get paid regardless.
Yeah.
But it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
It's a terrible look, and it's unfortunate. Thankfully, the numbers keep coming out. I think like 90 or 95% of the NBA is vaccinated. It's only a very small number.
For him to say, you know, for him to say that he's the voice of the voiceless, is absurd. No. You know, because what about, you know, what about the nurses who are having to deal with, you know, people going into hospitals left and right because they're not vaccinated, refuse to get vaccinated? Or how about the 700,000 people plus who have died? They don't have a voice anymore, man.
And
this voice of the voiceless stuff is nonsense.
And I know people, and I'm sure you do too, like teachers, coaches, other people who didn't want to get it, but because they work on campuses, they work around kids or other people, they had to get it for work.
Yeah, we live in a society. You know, you can't be selfish, man. You can't. You know, we live in a society. It's like a social contract that we have to take care of each other.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But moving from one head case to the next, Ben Simmons, man. Philadelphia 76ers is another team with championship aspirations. MB came out and said, listen, I don't care about that, man. He does what he wants to do. Essentially, MB said, fuck him. So
he said, I'm not here to babysit. That's what he said.
Yeah. So that might be worse. Oh, we're not here to babysit.
What is Benny doing, man?
Yeah, and look, again, this is where I'm telling you, these new guys.
The same generation. It's this generation, man.
Here's the issue.
Me.
It's not an issue. It's just, this is what comes when something good happens, bad shit comes with it too. These guys make so much money so early. They have FU money. You know what I'm saying?
They have no concept. No concept of money, man.
Yeah, because they're already financially set. They have generational wealth. Now they think they're a little smarter than they probably are, but they also think they have a little bit more power than they actually do. So it's like, I know I signed a 5-year extension last year. And granted, teams can trade you whenever they want, but you still got to show up and be a pro. Shannon Sharp said it perfectly. Like, you got to be a professional. Just show up and do your damn job, and eventually they'll work out a trade. But other than that, man, you're still getting paid, bro.
Let me ask you something. You've coached for many years. If one of your players showed up, okay, let me just ask you this. If one of your players showed up with a cell phone as big as a tablet in their pocket, all right, and they're out there pretending to practice, all right, and then refusing to run drills, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to handle that like Doc did and just throw them the hell out? You know, I understand. Look, Ben Simmons is still a little sensitive over the comments that Doc Rivers made after they lost in the playoffs last year.
Sure.
You know, but maybe Doc, you know, doesn't know how to handle this new generation. You know, maybe he could have said, you know, it's not all Ben Simmons' fault. There's others.
It's not just Blake. You know, it's not just Blake. It's not just Ben. Okay.
You gotta coddle you know, these kids, man. They're different. You know, they're prima donnas.
Look.
Okay. So back to the question.
Yeah.
If one of your players, you know, showed up, okay, and you know, had their cell phone in their pocket and they don't want to run drills, how are you going to handle that, Coach Mike?
That would not go over well. Let's just say that.
Would you get Bobby Knightish?
Let me
throw him the hell out.
So let me be fair. One, I heard it was a cell phone. Then I heard it was his jersey rolled up, his practice jersey
No,
rolled up.
no. Dude had
Okay.
a freaking iPad in his pocket.
All right. Let's just say hypothetically it was a cell phone.
Come on, man.
Right? Let's say hypothetically one of it was a cell phone. Yeah, that wouldn't go over well. I would kick the ass out of practice too. But also he also refused to go into a defensive drill. And Doc asked him multiple times, and he refused to, and that's why Doc sent him home. So I would kick their ass out, and I'd be looking real hard at them every practice, making sure they're committed, because that's a cancer, that's a distraction, because everybody's looking at them to see what they're going to do, and then they're watching how you're going to react to them.
Yeah.
So you just don't need that type of toxicity in a team setting like that. Which is why Embiid was like, man, I'm not here to babysit this dude. He's going to do whatever he wants. I don't care about it.
I mean, he's a grown-ass man. At this point, come on, man. You're in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You're no longer in college. You know, no one's going to coddle you. It's like, hey, man, get better at your game. Improve your shooting.
That's the point. That's
you don't
the
like
thing.
The criticism.
That's the thing that's really pissing people off. Is like, dude, it was you who wasn't shooting in the fourth quarter. It's you who shoots 30-something% from the free throw line. It's you who has the audacity to post videos of you shooting threes and fadeaways in a pickup gym, but refuse to do it for your actual job. Your job is to be a professional basketball player, and you won't work on your game. And look, if it's a mental thing, there are sports psychologists to help you out. Okay. Like at some point, you gotta fucking shoot the ball, period. Otherwise, you're a liability.
Too busy, man. He's too busy hanging out with was it Kylie Kardashian?
I knew you was gonna bring up. I knew you was gonna bring up the
He's too busy.
No, I think Kendall moved on to Booker.
Oh, Kendall, not yet. Not Kylie.
And then there was a meme of Embiid whispering in practice, being like, "This is why Kendall left him." But like, nah, man, I can't relate to people. I can't relate to people who are that selfish in a team setting when you're being taken care of. Like, you're the star. You're getting paid the most money. The team is kind of catering to your needs, and you're still kind of like, nah, I want out. Okay, I want out. Cool. But then I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to sit at home, and you're still supposed to pay me. Like he only showed up because he was losing money. So it's just, I can't relate to people like this, man.
So what happens now? I mean, do the Sixers trade him?
Well, they're going to trade him, but they just can't even. Can you imagine if he tried to show his face in Philly? Like what that crowd would do?
You know what? I just, you know, what if? Now, hear me out. What if Ben Simmons comes to the Clippers? He can practice with his cell phone, no problem. You can have your cell phone in your pocket. Clippers don't care about that stuff. It's cool. You don't want to run defensive drills? That's fine. Clippers don't play defense anyway, so it's fine.
Stop. One,
right?
First off,
I mean, Lolo, you guys lost Pat Bev, right?
Yeah.
That was your leader. That was your leader right there.
He was vocal. He was vocal. Listen.
Ben Simmons could be your leader.
Look, stop. One, he wouldn't be the leader. Two, would I take Ben Simmons? Hell yeah, I would take Ben Simmons. But I'm not trading them PG. I'm not trading Kawhi. I'm not trading any pieces I actually give a crap about.
You got to give up something. You know, you can't get something for nothing.
And that's the issue.
You got to give up somebody.
But that's the issue. No one wants to. One, we don't have the money for it. But like, you can't give up anything that valuable because you don't know if this guy is actually going to develop or not.
What if Philly, straight up trade, right? Ben Simmons for injured Kawhi, and Philly throws in a wheelchair.
Hell no. If it
man can't help you.
Look, hey, man,
that man's in a wheelchair.
We'll give you Zubac and first round pick, and I'm not giving you Terrence Mann. I'm not giving you Reggie Jackson. I don't know if I want to give you Morris either.
Really?
Maybe I might give you
Really, Morris, one of
Luke
the Morris
Kennard.
twins is going to be the deal breaker.
I might give you like Luke Kennard. You know what I'm saying?
You giving up on the great Luke Kennard
You
already?
gotta give something. You gotta give them something. So they got some shooting. They got a big man. They got a pick. Boom. There you go.
It might happen.
That
might happen.
That happened. What else is going? Oh, something else is going around the league. On a more positive note, LaMelo Ball, man. Like you went to Chino Hills and you watched the Ball family. So you saw Lonzo, you saw Jello, and you saw LaMelo when he was a baby. You weren't really that high on him because you saw him when he was a damn 14-year-old. Now So now you're like, yeah, he's not gonna make it. I'm like, what are you doing?
He grew a whole foot. To start off,
man, he had like 31 points. I don't know what his total stat line was, maybe like 5-6 assists, 7 or 8 rebounds. Looking awesome, man. Like Charlotte is a really fun team to watch. They were missing Scary
almost
Terry.
triple-double.
Yeah, they were missing Scary Terry. Gordon Hayward's healthy for now. That's gonna be a fun team to watch. Obviously, I'm supporting them because of my guy MJ. You know, only black owner in the NBA. So, you know, I gotta show some love for MJ.
That's right. Kudos. Hey, I'm glad you brought up the Ball brothers because, you know, you can improve in the offseason, man. Have you seen Lonzo Ball's new shooting form?
Yes.
I mean, just a couple years ago, people were laughing, you know, at his unorthodox shooting form.
Yes.
And now, you know, he's got a more conventional, do the same. Man, stop messing around with the Kardashian girls or the Jenner girls and work on your jump shot. It ain't that hard, man.
Yeah, last night, Lonzo hit a couple threes, 2 for 6. That's not great. That's not bad. 5 of 12 from the field. But, the Bulls won. That's another team. They got Lonzo. They got DeMar. Obviously, they got Zach LaVine. They got big Vujicic from Orlando. They got a squad over there. So, it's gonna be. So who do you think comes out of the East? Who do you think comes out of the West?
Well, given the Kyrie situation right now, Brooklyn, I mean, still going to be obviously in the top 4, but I think Miami got better.
Okay,
they acquired Kyle Lowry to run the point for them. Yeah, I think that's going to really make the difference.
They play tonight. Yeah, they play tonight.
That's too. Right.
I think they play Milwaukee tonight, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I think Milwaukee to me is the top team. Okay. Considering the Kyrie Irving saga.
Yeah.
Milwaukee. Then I have Brooklyn.
Stop. Do you want to know what the Heat Bucks score is right now?
What is it?
It's halftime. It is 72-43. Heat are whooping that ass.
I'm telling you, man. Pat Riley knows how to put good teams together. Kyle Lowry, really? He's a little long in the tooth, but he's a great floor general. So, I'm telling you, Miami's going to be a problem.
Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam all have 14 points at half. Yeah, they're beating them by
a balance. I'm telling you, they have a balanced team. So I also like Atlanta, who I'm watching play my guy Luka.
Yeah, Luka's
Luka
ain't off to a great start.
It is obviously a problem.
Yeah.
No, but I'm telling you. So those are my top 4: Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Miami, and Atlanta. After that,
no Philly.
Philly with this whole Ben Simmons situation, I think it's going to be a distraction, man. They gotta do something. They gotta just trade this guy and just get it over with and move forward, because I think the longer this goes, this soap opera, it's going to be a distraction and it's going to be a problem.
What about Chicago?
Yeah. Chicago's improved. Obviously, they got DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo. They're going to be a good young team. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs, but they'll be in the, maybe 6 seed, I would say. Yeah. Somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I agree with you for the most part. I do think it'll most likely come down to Brooklyn and Milwaukee. The Knicks. The Knicks, who had a great win against Boston last
Yeah.
night. I don't think they're a
Yeah.
serious contender, but hey, kudos to them for. Hey, former Laker Julius Randle kind of led that charge to turn that franchise around. But yeah,
man, you would have thought the Knicks won the championship. I mean, come on, man, it's game one. I know New Yorkers are they've been starving for a winner. But come on, man, it's game one.
But what happened? I think
it's like it reminded me of a Magic's rookie game one, and Magic jumped on top of Kareem, was all excited like they won the championship. Kareem was like, hold on, young fella, this is just game one.
You got 81 more
of 82 game season.
81 more.
Man. And Magic was like, "You're right, Cap. You're right."
Yeah, but no, Magic actually said, "Cap, if you hit a game winner 81 more times, I'm gonna be in your arms 81 more times." But, go ahead.
Those guys really love the game.
Yeah, and
those guys truly love the game.
I think what's happening in New York is they just appreciate how hard the team plays, the harder the team. Philly's the same way. That's why they love Iverson. Iverson never won him a championship, but he's a legend there because he left his heart and soul out there on the court, which is why they despise somebody like Ben Simmons. So I think your picks in the East are accurate. I think it'll come down to the Bucks and Nets. The Nets are just too damn talented not to be there, barring any injuries. Kyrie may make a cameo this season. Who knows? I think the Bucks chemistry and confidence. I forgot Drew Holiday got injured.
They kept their team intact. Game. I mean, I think did they re-sign PJ Tucker?
No. Tucker might be in Miami, actually.
Okay. So, but for the most part, they kept that team intact. So it's pretty much the same team coming back.
Yeah.
So I picked Milwaukee to win the East.
Okay.
As of right now, given the Kyrie situation in Brooklyn, I would pick Milwaukee right now just because of the stability.
I'm rooting for Milwaukee because I believe in team chemistry. I believe in, staying somewhere, building something as opposed to a super team coming together. But when the super team does come together, if they're actually healthy at the end, I don't think Milwaukee can withstand that. So I will say the Nets get it done this year. In the East and the West, who you got?
Man, the West is stacked. That's why I feel like your Clippers may be on the outside looking in.
I love how we got so much space in your brain. I talked about the West, and you bring up the Clippers first.
I'm just saying, because I know you're a Clipper fan, and I just want you to prepare yourself for a pretty miserable season. Not having Kawhi. I mean, you guys are going to have a rough season. Okay. I hate to break it to you. Okay. But because
do you hate to break it to me?
Are relying on guys like
you don't really seem like you're saying
you're relying on guys like Reggie Jackson and Terrence Mann. You're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble.
Can you make your picks?
I'm sorry, but you guys might be on the outside looking in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made your point. Okay. So can you tell me who you think is actually gonna make it out of the West?
Well, obviously, not to be biased, but the Lakers will be the top seed in the West. Mm-hmm. Given, I understand that they've struggled in the preseason and dropped their first game to the Warriors, but the Lakers, they're going to be all right. It's a veteran team. Once they figure it out, you got to understand that there's only like 3 guys that were on the roster last year. Basically, it's a whole new roster. So it's going to take a while for them to, to get used to playing with each other. So give it time. They're going to be fine. No need to panic.
Who's the biggest threat?
Fine.
Who's the biggest threat to the Lakers?
Ooh, man, there's just so many good teams in the West. But I think Phoenix, if Chris Paul's healthy, we saw last year.
Yeah, they beat y'all last year.
What they're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if Chris Paul's healthy, that they're always going to be a problem with CP3 running the point.
Yeah.
It gets tricky because I mean, you have your usual, your Spurs, you still got one of the greatest coaches coaching them. So
They haven't.
you can't count them out.
They've been out in the playoffs the past
Coach
couple
Pop.
of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna mention the jersey you wearing? You wearing the jersey, thinking that's gonna be MVP? He ain't a threat.
I think Dallas. No, look, Luka's gonna have a great season individually, but I think team-wise, they're still missing a few pieces. They're not quite ready to compete against the Lakers of the world, and Dallas will be one of the reasons your Clippers aren't in the playoffs, because Dallas will take up one of those 8 spots.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah. All right. You keep circling back to my Clippers. I think Phoenix. I like Phoenix. Denver. If Jamal Murray comes back. Denver actually beat Phoenix, the reigning MVP. Utah is always going to be there. But Golden State, don't forget, they're lurking.
Okay, so when does Klay Thompson come back?
I heard December, possibly January. If the Warriors can hang on till Klay comes back,
that might be a factor.
That's a problem. That's a major problem.
Yeah. Another reason the Clippers are going to be out of the playoffs,
and then the deep dark horse, Clippers ain't dead, baby. We're gonna hang around. We're gonna stay below the radar all year. Kawhi's gonna come back and lead us to the promised land. That's how.
You know what, Mike?
That's how this season ends.
I like your positivity. I hope you guys do make the playoffs, just so we can finally face you guys. I hope it's like a 1 versus 8 kind of seed, so we can finally face you guys.
We was waiting for y'all. We was waiting for y'all.
Y'all been running for the last 2 years. Like, y'all been telling us you want to play us, and then you run from us.
Yeah.
So make it happen. We gonna
be there.
Make it happen. Get in as an 8 seed.
Okay.
It's gonna be 8 versus 1.
And Kawhi is gonna show why it's Kawhi Towns too. Okay.
And we're gonna sweep y'all.
Okay. All right. I love how you're so focused on the Clippers, even still. All right. Look, there's one more thing we gotta mention. This is off NBA topic. How about them Cowboys?
Can you dig it?
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, how about that defense, man?
How about that Dak Prescott?
Micah Parsons?
Diggs.
That coming?
Who knew Diggs was going to turn into prime time, baby?
We got the new Dion. We got the new Neon Dion.
We got the dynamic duo with Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Man, just keep feeding Zeke. I'm telling you, man, we're just rolling right now. We're rolling.
Man, it's a beautiful thing to see. Cowboys rolling. NFL is just better. It's just sweeter when Big D and that star is shining. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. I just love the fact that we have 2 running backs. I mean, we got Pollard. We got the 1-2 punch, man. Zeke, Pollard. It's just too much. You got my boy CD Lamb. I even changed my fantasy team name. I had to. You know what my new fantasy team name is?
What is it?
CD's nuts.
I don't feel like that's appropriate. I don't like that. I don't want to see these nuts. Okay.
Hey, that's the whole point of fantasy team names. Is it supposed to be inappropriate, Mike?
Well, mine's appropriate.
That's the whole point.
My name's appropriate.
What is it again? The worst in the world?
No, the best in the world.
Where do you currently stand in the standings right now?
I'm currently your reigning.
What place are you in?
I'm currently the reigning defending champion. So you should respect me.
No, we're talking about this season, though.
Honor me.
We're talking about this season.
What? I'm the champ.
Doing this season.
We're doing fine.
Kiss the ring.
We're doing fine.
Kiss the ring.
Who
won the inaugural season, though?
Nobody remember that.
Who's the OG?
Whatever. All right, man. It's good to finally be back. At least we got to end in solidarity.
Get a bye week this week. We get a bye week.
Yeah. We got to end in solidarity on our Cowboy love. Okay. We won't talk about the Dodgers. We're not going to bring that up.
Oh, my dad just gave me an update. Dodgers are up 4-2. So we're coming back, Mike. We're
Okay.
coming back.
Oh, now you want to talk about it. You should
coming back.
You might have jinxed him. You shouldn't have said nothing. So this is on record now. Romo might have messed it up
Yes.
for all y'all.
We're coming back.
All right, control room's back. Dodgers coming back. Thanks for tuning in and on the road to 100. Peace.
All right, Kamish. All right, man. I'm gonna get back to watching this Dodger game.